Hey, what's up, everyone? My name's Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Power Book 2 Ghost. This is episode 2 of season 4. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please do me a big favor and like this video, and also you can subscribe to my channel for new entertaining content, and you can leave your comments below. All right, so we begin this episode with the new detective in the form of Michael Ealy. He's fishing around in regards to whatever Tariq got going on. Uh, it seems like they are looking at the old Rico case that Tariq had. It doesn't look like they can reopen it, but obviously he's snooping around to find out what is going on. He starts talking about the Russians and all that was going on last season, just trying to find out what's up and how he can actually sting him. Of course, he's wanting to avenge a past lover's death and then also Angela's nephew's death. All right, so Tariq and Braden, they are now normal college students. Of course, that was kind of the goal in the beginning. Like, let's get in, let's get out of this game. Now they're in it and they don't like it. What happened with Tariq? I think because he, quote unquote, saved the day. Tariq got he got to go back to school, but he doesn't have any trust fund money anymore, so he has to get 3 jobs because what he got was a loan. And if he defaults at all on anything, he will be kicked out of school. One thing is he's doing gym laundry. I didn't know what else he was doing, but whatever. All right. So basically, still Monet. Oh, Drew and Kane, they're on the hunt to find out who shot Monet. Kane is still looking around. He ended up breaking this dude's arm because he's wanting some more information about what's happening. The dude doesn't know. But Kane is like, this doesn't make sense. Diana already named Tariq, and Drew is just saying, oh, well, she made a mistake. We got to move on. But it's just not sitting well with him. Diana, Miss Diana, Dirty Diana, she is now taking a pregnancy test. Lord, Lord, Lord. So who baby is it? Is it that student teacher, or is it Tariq's? Because didn't Tariq sleep with him once, or her once? I forgot now. But yeah, that's what's going on. So we're going to see if she's pregnant. All right. So Effie, she's trying to get into this engineering program. Whomever is advising her saying this is very competitive. If you want to go for it, go on and do it. I think right now Effie's counting her coins because she did mention that it was expensive. So Monet, and whom we have been introduced to this episode from the lovely actress Miss Golden from Girlfriends. She is Janet, the sister, and she's helping Monet go through physical rehab. Noma and Obi, she's questioning what's really going on and how did you get the green card. He says that we got it legit. Da 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 da. But obviously, Noma's antennas are up. Also, how Noma is treating Obi is pissing him off because he was her right hand man, but he seems to be being kind of pushed out. But obviously, Noma's antennas is pushed up, and she's not really trusting you. So I don't understand why you upset. I'm just saying, Obi. All right, so Davis, he's meeting with his representation because he will be going before the board about his license. The one that's representing says that she thinks that he will beat the charges. It's looking very confident. I think one thing that since he was representing both Tariq and Tasha at some point, it may cause some conflict on what they're going to do, but we shall see. And then basically, he wants since he doesn't have a license at this point or it's on pause, he ends up effing that lawyer. At this point, Davis just doesn't care. At least he's not giving up on life, but he's living quite plentiful in kind of this restless attitude. At least it's like I don't have to follow the rules or have to look over my head because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do as far as rules. That's what it looked like to me. So the jihadists have a family meeting. Janet is there, and Kane asks, could you please leave Aunt Janet? She says, sure, I don't want to be a part of anything. So Kane basically just says, hey, I think we need to look back into Tariq. Nothing else is coming up, and nothing else is really making sense. Drew and Diana are just saying, no, I made a mistake. That's not it. Da, 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 da. Kane also brings up that Noma wants to deal with the Russians. Monet says that that's not a good idea because of how things have gone down between me and the Russians. Is basically going to push me out, and I'm not going to do that. Um, During this time, it looks like I don't know what's happening to Monet, but she's having like some type of hearing brain issue, but it's causing her to kind of reflect and go back into time. We see Monet back in the day when she wanted to get out of the shithole that she was in with Lorenzo. Very, very bad accommodations. There was brown water and all this good stuff. They just had Kane look like he's a toddler, or at least becoming a toddler. She's like, we need to get up out of here. Lorenzo's like, hey, I'm working on that. Just give me some time. Blah 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 blah. We will get what we need done and get out of here. I promise. They're still working on my trust, working on trusting me, and we got to do it this way. Let's see. So Davis goes in and he finds out that his license has been suspended. It's temporary while he still goes under investigation. That pisses him off. Tariq and Effie and Diana are in that class together, also with Brushandria, but they're in a total different classroom, and it's throwing me off a little bit. It's a little bit more, I don't know, condensed, possibly because people aren't really going to that classroom, possibly because Tariq is there. I don't know. Um, After everything, Effie tries to talk to Tariq and basically asks, are we good? Tariq goes into, you told Noma about Ananya. That could have really got me killed. She said, at that point, I was just pissed. I didn't know that she was going to react that way, blah, 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 blah. But I did tell you about Kane um, coming to kill you. Um, I was trying to make up for what I did. Are we good? And Tariq said, F no. It's F you forever. Or what Cardi B always says, we got beef forever. Y'all know I don't like Effie. But I mean, I don't know. I think you gotta, well, I don't think you gotta consider it, but Tariq, understand her motive at the time. She was very pissed off because you left her on the road after what she did to Lauren. So I get that and all that good stuff, but she thinks that obviously she is. I know at least on social media, people are like, "Effie, you need to choose a side because no, we're not doing this." So we're gonna see how Effie actually turns up, but I don't think Effie's going to be that pissed off again to choose the Kane over them, and I think Kane is going to wise up about that. Of course, he's going because of his jealous streak. I don't know if he'll do away with Effie, but at least it's going to piss him off in some type of way. I don't know for sure. All right, so the detective in the form of Michael Ealy is sniffing around Davis to see if he can get him to give up information about Tariq. And basically, he dangles that I have friends that are on the licensing board. I can make sure that you get your license back. But then he also says, you've done some stuff too, and that could come to light, and I can hold that back for you if you do what I tell you to do. And basically, David says, F off. He says, if you come at me, I'm going to come at you harder. Let's see. Yeah, we did that flashback already. Effie. She goes and talks to the Russians after talking with Noma because she wants a bigger deal. Because everything that Noma has asked her to do, she's done it, and she's done it really on her own. Um, Basically, Noma's like, you did what I told you to do. You didn't do anything exceptionally, or you didn't go over and above, even though what she was doing was over and above. But she says, I'll give you 24 hours if you can talk to the Russians and see what happens. So she goes to the Russians, talks to the guy, and says that if you will at least talk with Noma, I will help your daughter, Oxiana, with her swim ambitions. Of course, the Russian dad or whatever He's upset about it because he's like, "How did you know anything about this?" Da 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 da. Right now, this is the only thing, but she just says, "Talk to her, and if things don't go right, that's fine." So he ends up agreeing to do it. Now, Tariq runs into the detective, and basically he's letting them know, "I have you on notice. I know you did something to the FBI agent and all this other good stuff." And Tariq says, "You don't have nothing on me," and basically f off again. uh, let's see. So Monet somehow gets upset, or she's determined, since she knows that this whole thing with the Russians could be a go. She wants to go talk to Noma to say, "I'm not the one to play with, and don't try to snuff me out of my job." Blah 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 blah. So she goes over there and starts to argue with Noma. The Russians are coming, and the Russians arrive there, and they are kind of pissed that this is going on, and this needs to be stopped. And at the same time, Monet is kind of going into this trance or whatever's going on with. It seems like some type of head injury or whatever. Um, Let me see. She starts having other flashbacks. The cops were. She was in a car along with her sister Janet and had baby Kane. So they're riding, and the cops pull them over. And she tells Janet, "Look, I got a gun in the glove department. I need you to give it to me." And Janet's freaking out, like, "What are you doing? Da 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 da. Why do you have this here?" And she says, "Shut up and just follow my lead, or just let me do all the talking at this point." So she puts the gun in Kane's baby seat, car seat. So then, um, at the house, Lorenzo is upset. He says, "Don't put our baby or our kids involved with this whole drug thing." She just said that she did what she had to do in order to get us up out of the shithole that they were in. And at this point, she's like, "Well, I was able to do what you couldn't do." At that point, you can see that there is a loss of respect, and then there's this gain of wanting some power herself. I mean, she was able to do something that her husband wasn't able to do. So we see how their relationship was from the beginning. I wouldn't be surprised if Monet was the one that got him locked up in jail. That's my thoughts, but y'all can let me know below in the comments. Um, let's see, Rachel, Tariq. Oh, well, the detective said that they've thrown uh his mom, Natasha, out of the witness protection program. So now that she's going to be out and about, she's going to be kind of like fresh meat in a target. You better watch yourself. You better comply with us. Da 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 da. Da. And that's when Tariq was like, "F you." So Tariq goes and visits Tasha and says, "What's going on?" Tasha said that they found out about my little MIA thing from last season when she came and tried to put a hit on Monet. Um, she said that she's got one more time to F up and then she's out. Well, Tariq said, "Don't come and visit me ever again in New York. We got to make sure that you're safe." And Tasha's like, "Is everything okay?" Like, "Yeah, mom, I am. Everything's okay." So I guess a manager of the store that now Tasha has to work at, which looks like some type of old fashioned Dollar General, Family Dollar type store, comes over and says, "What's going on? We don't really like all this extra talking, so I need you to go back by the cash register." And the way he touches her, it's like kind of cringy. And Rachel, that's her name here, it ends up saying, "I'll be right there." So when he leaves, Tariq is like, "What the F is going on?" And Tasha's like, "Look, just leave me. Just I'm fine. I can handle him. Blah 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 blah." But again, Tariq says, just be careful. Don't come. Blah 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 blah. I love you. Blah 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 blah. So Tariq stays after, and the dude drops some type of keys or something on the ground. Tariq is right there and ends up smashing the his hand into the ground and saying, "Don't ever touch my mom that way, or we're gonna have problems." He agrees to not do that anymore. Let's see where we at. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Tariq calls Davis and says, "What's going on?" Because they're saying that my mom is. Oh, he already did that. I think I went ahead a little bit, but he does call Tariq. Tariq does call Davis just to see what was going on, and he basically says, "Watch your back around him. It doesn't look good with him, so just don't f up around him." Um, Let me see what else. What else? What else? What else? Um, Kane and Nona meet. Basically, she says your mama is making me lose a lot of money, and you're gonna have to do something and set up a new meeting. And Kane's like, if he sees me, I'm gonna be dead right on the spot. She says, I don't care. You can make it happen. Kane calls Effie, and I guess her real name is Josephina something. I said, oh, okay. Morales. And Effie did not like that. Don't call me that. Ever. He persuades her to talk to the Russians again. Um, Monet is at home. We find out that on the home pregnancy test that Diana took, she's pregnant. Who's the daddy? Mm-mm-mm. This may save her from getting killed, because she can use that as her infinity stone to save her life. Um, Monet talks with Drew. She's justifying what she had to do to Poppy and also Gordo. And Drew's not having it because he's like, I thought you would have apologized, but you're too busy justifying yourself. So he's pissed off about that. He goes downstairs with Monet's pills, medication. Diana's down there, and it looks like he's trying to switch the medications. He's he was like, well, this is the way to get rid of our solution, our problem, which is Monet. And Diane was like, no, we can't do it this way, blah, 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 blah. We got to do it some type of other way. Monet is suspicious. She goes downstairs and she watches them. I thought right then and there she figured out, oh, these people don't like me and they were trying to set me up to kill me. But she didn't go that far, but she knows that the children are not feeling her. Um, let me see. Tariq and Braden. Tariq is coming back from being out of town to go visit Tasha. Then the car dies. So Braden comes and rescues Tariq. And basically, Tariq's like, he's tired of this life and said, we need to get back in the game. And Braden's like, are you sure? Blah, 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 blah. Yes. You know how Tariq is all of a sudden, even though Braden already said, let's do it. Now you convince Braden not to do it anymore. So they're going to get back into the game. They go and find Two Bit. Remember the dude that came and took Tariq's car last season after he just got it? He had a spare key and sees an opportunity to go steal it. He does it as Two Bit sees someone taking the car. Um, Later on that night, Monet talks with Janet. She said, "Did I ruin my kids? Um, did I fuck up so bad that they cannot that we cannot get back to where we were?" Drew overhears that and he says, "You know, just you having thoughts of this really helps me to think that possibly we can get on the back on track. It was just good to hear that there was some type of remorse in her. I don't know if that's enough for Drew, because Drew's kind of on some type of psychopath stuff. But I don't know. I used to like Drew, but Drew just kind of, ugh. Since his poppy died, and since that one dude he had to kill, he ain't been right. And since that dude dumped him, he ain't been right either. Mm-hmm. We shall see. So Noma and Kane, um, Noma's upset because Kane made a deal without her, and Obi was about to kill him. He imitates her and said, "Look, I am so good on what I'm doing. Um, I made the best deal for us all." So he convinces Noma to call off Obi killing him and sends Obi away. And Obi's like, "Are you sure?" As Obi's getting pissed that he's being sent away at this point. And they talk at this point at what was going on. Tariq and Monet, they meet. And basically they said, you know, I don't trust you, I don't trust you. And they said, I'm going to be packing. Like, I'm going to have a piece on me. And she said, I'm going to have a piece on me. So they go sit in the car and they hash it out and they compare notes. And they know something else is going on and they got to figure it out because she doesn't know who Tommy's mom is and I didn't do that, da 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 da. So they're trying to figure it all out. At some point, Monet did think that Kane was the one that did do what he did, but we don't really know for sure. But that was the end of the episode. I like where it's going. The only two people that have to trust each other are Tariq and Monet. And Tariq does trust Braden, but that's it. That is so crazy that the Tejada children cannot be trusted because of how wild everything is and what the environment that she created while Lorenzo was in jail. That's all I do have. And it was a cool episode. Not much was going on, but at the same point, it's okay. But y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. And until the next video, peace.